And like the last video, that's a whole different other individual that you would have to deal with and is being left out of the picture. If you were to ask me, I would make that person take some classes through some kind of legal whatever and see how well they do. And when you find out they're not doing well in those classes, then you know what the issue is. I mean, it's self-explanatory. I mean, that's not just a crazy idea, that's real life. People need to earn their knowledge because knowledge is power, and to destroy something, you have to recreate it, and to create something, you must destroy it. It'd make a lot more sense if people just did that with, and when I get sent to these places, they have, some activities, I guess, they have karaoke, and, I write my own music, and, I had this one song called, You're So Wrong About Me, and the song just pretty much explains in rhythmic detail that you're wrong about me, and unless you can tell me I mean, you had to have the chills going down your spine while I was singing. I mean, that's a feeling. You're feeling what is me. So it would make more sense to work with the person that's giving you the full truth than, someone who's not. Anyways, I'm going to end it off here. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Um, Now, let's talk about when someone has a negative thought about you and try to identify you as someone who is just God miserable, you know? Well, that's similar to being a closet racist. And unfortunately, I mean, that's how you have to handle that situation, because, that person starts to fuse, gives you an evil look, and, I mean, either you stay in silent argument or you stand up for yourself. And those are the two different types of people. Say, I wish there was an alternative to, people like me who can just, stride with independency and, you know, I mean, I know I can, but now growing up ever since I was young, I've always been different. I've always been unique, and when people started being different, they kind of started looking like me. And then that's where different becomes the same now. As you see, that's where they become the same. And I would really like to be different and presentable at the same time. That's why I have my hair cut like this. I have it shorter because I know a lot of people, they think long hair is impresentable, colored hair is impresentable, but I don't have a tattoo on my skin. I don't have, I don't have piercings. I don't self-harm myself. I don't do anything like that. And that's really all I'm saying that matters. If I treat, the people around me with respect, and, sometimes I have to demonstrate some tough love, because not everyone is just going to have luck handed to them because they're begging for it. Not everyone's going to have the outcome that they want because they want that for someone else. It doesn't work that way. Reality is just the man behind the eyes, or whatever you are. And that's the realest thing I could probably say. I'd like to be here to help people. I hope this video helps a lot of people. And, let's try to, I'm convinced that those people who work in that job field of medicines, they're only doing their job to keep patients' mental health under control. But I've learned self-control, and I've also learned how to stand up for myself. Now, if you have a history of, being beaten or a history of some kind of violence towards you, it would be nice to stand up for yourself. I mean, males, you never know with people. And I just don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be vulnerable. I mean, I wanted my career setting to be something very high, you know, high ordinance. I don't want to be someone who's a nobody. I want a screwdriver with medicine like fluid is not a natural way of curing anything. I don't care what science has told us. Science has told us plenty of evil things too. I'm not here to argue with people on this because this is just a peaceful vlog and this is my opinion and my freedom of speech to my expression. And, I hope I become like Mr. Olympia one day. I want to achieve greatness and, I just want to be more intelligent. I read, I write, I play music. I do whatever I can just to make my brain start working like how it does naturally. And that's all I want for myself. And, it's going to be the same thing every time. I'm convinced that, you know, because they're always working like they're Mr. Olympia. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many miles I've walked, but I know I've walked a lot like, an Olympian. And I know I can probably keep up with the Olympian sprinter. Not necessarily, regards mental health. It doesn't regard that at all. It just means I take care of myself and I care about myself. But the same people are downing me with the stuff is it's harmful for people like me. I don't know what else to tell people. And it's true, it's not here to help. It's something that's hurting. And there's plenty of people who are anti-vaxxers, or that's what it's called. And I sit there and I say the old phrase, a screwdriver. So the people at the Red Cross, they'll sit in a chair and they'll say, there's these living conditions for people like you, and you're just not worth the time to go and enjoy your rights and freedom. And I feel like my rights were invoked. And I know that's true because I would like to be a woodsman. I don't listen to the radio. I play my own music. I have hundreds of songs. I'm very skilled in music theory, and a lot of people say I come off as intelligent. But if I can record myself building, cabins and uh, structures and stuff to keep me warm, and I know how to do all this in these harsh conditions, wouldn't you think, you don't have the right to say that about that person because they're working like Mr. And, when I say I want to live on my own, I mean, like, I really want to live on my own. I mean, I have a skill set to be a woodsman, and I follow that belief. And the same people who gave me that label will sit in a chair and say, you know what, that's not good for you. And I tell them, well, you know, I can sit there and record myself, building a cabin, cutting down trees, building stuff, and I can make it, quite luxury, and I learned this, and, I make my own music. I don't listen to the radio, and, I have over like hundreds of songs, close to 800, around that ratio. I don't listen to the radio, so I Now, I was recently in the hospital for alcohol poisoning and a seizure, and I'm still here. It's been fever weekend, and I finally pulled through. But some things have been happening that actually have been concerning me. Um, as some people know, but not all of you, I was diagnosed with bipolar schizo, and I don't agree with it. Um, I don't follow that belief. I think it's exaggerated. I mean, I have people who say it's exaggerated as well, so I'm not the only one. But, you know, I want to do something for myself. I want to live on my own.